Well, welcome to another edition of the Digicel Sports Show right here on Islandstats.com. I'm your host, Earl Baston, and joining me yet again is Jason Juggling J, the Matic Ford. A lot to talk about, Jay.
Yeah, first of all, glad you made it.
I'm glad I made it too.
Yeah, I was praying for you.
Not as hard as I was.
Even if you could see it live. But before we talk about that and other sports stories, let's get a word from our sponsor.
Bermuda, listen up. D-Music is here exclusively for Digicel customers. Open up a world of music at your fingertips and access millions of songs from free. With D-Music, you can easily search for your favorite artists and create playlists to fit your lifestyle. Plus, you have the option to download music to your device so you can find a song for any moment, even when offline. D-Music comes with 1 gig of free data to stream and download songs without it impacting your data usage. That's 32 hours worth of music. Visit us in-store or online to see how you can get D-Music today.
Are you saying, Jay, that I played a sport?
You attended. It's like when the teacher asks us, who was in class today? Earl Basin, present. Basically, that's what it was.
I contributed.
Yep, to Ebony Cox, scoring every time she touched the ball.
But I weren't the only one defending her.
Luckily. What was the final score? 16-14?
Yeah, we're referring to the Celebrity All-Star Netball match on Saturday night.
Congratulations to all the participants who took
to the court?
To the court.
Yeah.
Wonderful event, actually. I got to get my words out.
No, because you want to say something smart about my performance.
The crowd was the crowd came out to really see a showcase of talent that they've never seen before.
And they got the money's worth.
Whatever you paying for the price, I'm pretty sure you got your money's worth. But the likes of Nicky Bascom, man, he's an athlete.
Oh yeah.
He's not just a boxer.
Man, the whistle went and he took off. I was like, where'd he go?
He's an athlete. I think you can give him any sport, mop, anything, and he'll be good.
Yeah.
He was, and he ended up being the MVP of the game.
His ability and knowledge of getting into open spaces, being aware where the ball's going to be. Every time he looked around, he had it.
And I'm like, did he play netball instead of basketball? Because he, like you said, he knew how to roll off of people. And I'm like, hey, I see that with the Varsity. You sure?
Well, we'll have to ask him. That.
But Earl, my question was for you, because I've been waiting all weekend to come to this day to ask you. You follow netball quite often.
Yes, I do. And
you would think you'd be one of the first celebrities to have a little handle on the rules. Well, why did you decide to break so many rules in one play?
Well, I'll tell you why. The refereeing was so inconsistent. I figured I can get away with just once.
Sandy Thomas, he's trying to call you out.
Well, yeah.
He's not calling them his Debbie Salters.
Yeah. Listen, I felt that the referee and you was in the corner. You were even call a few of the over the back infringements on me.
Yeah, because you was over the back on people.
But they called it every time I done it. But they didn't call it every time it happened to me. He literally was actually standing there laughing at me.
But you sort of made it obvious when the person is falling down in front of you because you're over the back of them.
Well, they were in my way. I asked them to move politely.
And I think you got caught up one particular, I'm going to say a play because I don't know what it was, but I think you was trying to go down the right and then cross it over. As a goalkeeper, you was going down the right flank to cross it over.
I was heading to the attack. You see,
you do know as a goalkeeper you're only allowed to go
to the third. Yeah, I know.
So you wanted to go into the second, third.
Well, so what happened?
Possibly the third.
See what happened? Let me explain what happened. I got the ball in the D, threw it out to Mark Red, and
you look for the 1-2.
Yeah.
The ball pass.
Yeah, the ball pass.
Yes.
The problem was I was supposed to take off the bib, so then I became an open player. But he threw the ball back so fast I didn't have a chance to pull the bib off. So hey. You threw it, I caught it, look for that next wall pass, and all of a sudden, I tippy-toed over the line, didn't even have the ball, and I'm blowing the whistle. I was like, you know what? Okay.
No, but all in all, Earl, just tell people what you thought about the event itself.
I honestly believe that it was one of the most fun things I've done in a very long time when it comes to sports. I want to thank the Bermuda Netball Association for inviting me to be a part of it.
Yes, Mr.
Something I quite enjoyed. Got there a little worried, like many others. Like people are asking, okay, what can we expect to be doing hey, but one thing I say, I prepared. I had my Bengay as I promised.
Yes, you did.
Guys walked into the change room and said, oh, this is a change room.
People were crying with good news.
Thank you very much to the young lady that gave me the massage, because trust me, I wouldn't have made it without it. I'm still feeling good today. I had a lot of emails and phone calls and texts. Are you out of your bed Sunday morning? And people even driving by when I went to the cycle race, they were like, you're up? You're this early? Oh, wow. But, I really think it was a well-organized event. The celebrities who took part really, really thoroughly enjoyed themselves, and I'm pretty sure if they said they were going to do that again next week, I'm pretty sure 100% of those people will put their hand up if they were available to do it.
And more who will probably felt, why you didn't ask me?
Yeah, well, yes.
The other thing that I loved about that was organized to a T, whereas I've been to a lot of celebrity things, and even just timelines throughout the day.
They just wing it.
They just wing it. They were pretty much well organized through the whole event, as far as timers were concerned. And even in seeing that, you guys coming out to your songs and their special dances.
I have a
doing the running man.
Yeah, but I have a complaint.
What happened?
I have a complaint.
What happened, buddy?
Why did my song play so long?
Well, you're an old guy. I didn't expect you to get up so fast. Yaks.
And the rough side of the mountain?
That's one you picked.
I told them no matter what I picked, you were going to come up with a song. So I just threw my hands up.
Yeah, I just thought I should have put it straight to the punchline.
I'm doing my best.
You're doing your best to make it in. No, but once again, and that's all in celebration of those, not even just raising money for the Bermuda Netball Association, the senior squad, but also celebration of being ranked.
Yes.
First time, so I'm glad that to be able to celebrate. Sometimes we got to celebrate ourselves.
Small achievements, and eventually they'll grow. So it was a lot of people that play netball that were there. There were a lot of people who used to play netball that were there.
Wow.
Getting a few tips on the bench down there behind. You got to do this. You got to do that. Try this and try that. And you got guys sitting on the bench saying, hey, look, keep it as simple as possible, because these people behind us will probably play it, and we don't want to embarrass ourselves anymore.
And also, I think other sports should take note, because I did see former players who probably haven't been around the game over the last few years came out to support and say, I do want to be a part of this, new generation coming through, and it's a feel-good situation. Many of you guys decided to remind me how old I was coming up around this game. I think if Earl thought I was lying before that I grew up around the game, I think he found out, I did grow up around that game.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
But good to see, the likes of Debbie Digicel, she's still out there, and she's still, man.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think she's aged when she's talking about playing netball.
Not at all. Not at all. She showed a lot of class out there.
Yeah.
Ability to measure shots from a distance.
Yes.
I'm standing there saying, okay.
She started there.
Yeah.
How come she ended up here?
And airborne.
And airborne.
For the folks that missed it, if the Netball Association and when the Netball Association have another celebrity event, I would strongly suggest that you go out and witness it if they don't actually be a part of it. But it's something that you want to be around, if not just for the laughs, but for the exposure of what it does for the sport, and for people that play other sports, the appreciation of what they can learn. Now, Madam President, find 2 referees that are not going to be so stringent on the rules. Because in many other sports, you're allowed to run over the lines and do all that. And I know netball has some rules, but you gotta be able to bend them a little bit. Sandy, you
done a great job.
I need my check back, because obviously they weren't as much as the Gombe Warriors gave you. So send it back, please, and everything be straight. Now that you got it out of your system, is it out?
Oh no, just the whole into the next one. You got now 364 days.
Oh my gracious. Okay.
But we can go into the next sport.
Okay. Well, as we all know, overseas, Tyler Butterfield and Karen Smith took part in the Ironman 70.3 World Championships. Tyler finishing 7th overall. Karen Smith finishing 15th in the women's 45 to 49 age group. Let's get the report of the two over in Chattanooga. Tyler Butterfield produced another strong performance as he finished 7th, taking part in the Ironman 70.3 World Championships in Chattanooga. Butterfield clocked a time of 3 hours, 56 minutes and 20 seconds. He recorded a time of 25:18 on the swim, 2 hours, 10 minutes and 40 seconds on the bike course, and 1 hour, 17 minutes and 27 seconds on the run course. Meanwhile, Karen Smith competed in the Ironman 70.3 World Championships, having qualified earlier this year in Puerto Rico. Smith competed in the women's 45 to 49 age group, finishing in 15th place, clocking a time of 5 hours, 18 minutes and 13 seconds. Smith recorded a swim time of 32:50 before clocking a time of 2 hours, 57 minutes and 19 seconds on the bike course, and she would close out clocking a time of 1:42:07 on the run course. Well, Jay, World Championships, finishing in the top half of any World Championships, regardless of what it is a remarkable accomplishment for Bermuda athletes. Obviously, Tyler up with the lead pack, faded a little bit on the run, but was able to finish in the top 10, 7th. I'll take that any day. Now, he would have wanted to be on the podium, but as we all know, when you come to competing, if it's not your day, something goes wrong, you just have to kind of grind it out. And that's what he done to get his 7th place finish. Karen Smith, obviously, very happy with her performance. Overall, 15th out of, I think it was 145 people in that age group category. Now, that's a lot of 45 to 49 women taking part in a triathlon or Ironman. You know, I look at the times that they were swimming, and I'll probably still be in the water. But then you have a 3.5 hour bike ride. Before running an hour and 20 minutes, hour and 30 minutes. You know, the Bermuda Day Half Marathon Derby, you're running for an hour and 30, 35 minutes. And but you can do a swim and a bike ride before that.
And that just shows you the level of physicality that it takes for this sport. But you mentioned something. When you say worlds, and this is where I think sometimes we get lost. We're not talking about national.
Yeah.
It should be locally. We're not talking about regional.
Nope.
It should be
Just
East Coast or the Caribbean.
Yeah.
It's in the world.
That's right.
So it's many other athletes from around the world that you're competing with, where they've probably come through their nationals, come
and
through the regionals to get to the world.
Yeah.
Now, we might not have that same path because of the lack of participants, striving for that.
Right.
But they're coming up against competition. Who is?
Right. Karen qualified from an event in Puerto Rico. She had to travel. For Bermudians to qualify for these events, you have to travel.
Right.
Because we don't have those events here. So just winning the national championships here in Bermuda doesn't give you that.
Doesn't give you that.
Yeah, you gotta do it internationally, and that's what you have to do. And she qualified, got on the world stage. But it goes into question this weekend. This weekend on the 16th, the Triathlon World Championships will take place. We'll have Flora Duffy, we'll have Tyler Smith, and Erica Hawley all taking part. But we will have more on those three, obviously leading into the event. And then, of course, we'll have a wrap-up next week, Tuesday, of what they were able to accomplish. And we all know that Flora has retained her title as the series leader. She would love to add to that, taking up the world title. That will be her second one, and I'm not sure if she's going to go and do the Xterra, which she became a triple crown triathlete world champion last year. But mission accomplished for number one, and she wanted to be number one in the world at the end of the year. That's done. Now on to the world championship.
Champion.
Bermuda, listen up. D-Music is here exclusively for Digicel customers. Open up a world of music at your fingertips and access millions of songs from free With D Music, you can easily search for your favorite artists and create playlists to fit your lifestyle. Plus, you have the option to download music to your device so you can find a song for any moment, even when offline. D Music comes with 1 gig of free data to stream and download songs without it impacting your data usage. That's 32 hours worth of music. Visit us in-store or online to see how you can get D Music today.
Jay, recently the Bermuda development team took on a Canadian high-performance team. 3 matches. One of the games was declared rained out, but they finished 1-1. Looking at the numbers of the tour, what would be you consider a highlight?
Ooh, that's well, the youngsters.
Yes, yeah.
Because when you're talking about Generis, the Dion's, the Terran, your expectations are a little bit different. Personally, I was probably a little bit disappointed with Terran's numbers because we're talking about our captain who's now it's not having really a good time being international. As an international player, we start looking at international numbers.
Right.
They're not really.
Well, it's indicative of his season, though.
But it's young.
Look at the season.
Yeah.
He had a good knock early.
Yeah.
But his numbers have been.
Yeah. So, but in saying that, he would be disappointed.
Yeah.
He would expect a lot more.
Right.
But the youngsters, you want the Charles Trot.
Right.
To perform on the day, which he did.
Yes.
You see the likes of Jordan, Smith coming in and bowling quite well, actually. Not
very economical.
Not conceding too many runs.
Yeah. Kara Bascom,
coming in, and being moved around, and sometimes we saw that with Irva Romain many years ago with the national squad batting down 5, 6, 7, and then next thing you know he was opening, which ended up finding a great place for him.
Right.
We saw that even come on, let rock with his team in the UK. Throwing him up in as an opener.
Because if he gets going, it's going to be a good start.
So, that's the point of the whole tour. I believe that one of the main objectives was just to take a look, get a look, and just get some matches. I mean, we talk about it every sport. Is getting some playing time against different opposition.
Right.
So then you can try to say, okay, these are some things that I didn't see. Back here, but now I get the chance to see.
Right.
Ray Smith, another one.
Right.
As an open bowler, you want to see if he can get strike early because that's what you want.
Yeah.
And then does he have some energy to come back in the back end? So the coaches got to see some positive things out of it. And I think overall, but you love the fact that Gennaro is still making himself available to help out these youngsters. And I think, sometimes that goes unsaid.
Yeah.
Obviously coming on his season basically with injury. Came back second half of the season, pretty much.
Right.
But still willing to give his services to a tour to help out the youngsters.
Right. Well, there's a lot of questions that have to be asked. I'm hoping in the next few days to get a chance to sit with the national coach, Clay Smith, to ask him a few questions. How many of these players are in your plans for the Division 4? Would you have liked to have the availability of the players that were in your plans for Division 4? Where does that leave the players who kind of didn't make themselves available for this tour, coming up with the possible tour to Malaysia?
And I think, you know what, Earl? I don't want to answer the questions for him, but I don't think he can give you the answers.
Well, but you got to have an idea of what you want.
Okay, I'm sorry. He can give you those plans, but we come back down to that word commitment.
Well, that's that too.
And sometimes it's hard to, and that's you find it in a lot of sports when you're not successful on a national program. We saw it happen in football too.
Yes.
Saw it happen in netball too. We go on all these sports. When you're not being successful, to tell a player or to get a player to commit to a 3-year plan.
Right.
That even though I'm not successful, but then I get beat down.
Right. Yeah.
Some just say, you know what, I don't need this,
Yeah.
man. Yeah. And how many national teams they've probably underperformed or not done as well as we expected them to do. And as soon as they come back to the island, they're basically discarded as that was a waste of time.
Right.
Sometimes that takes a toll.
Yeah.
So for what, I'm pretty sure every player has a different reasoning. which might be valid.
Right.
But it's hard to just get that commitment over three, because the coaches will look for a 3-year plan.
Right.
To put things, to line up matches, to do all these type of things. And there's no sense having, like you said, having these guys being committed, but then get to that last 6 months or the last year of the plan, and then I'm pulling out.
Right. And that,
so many
but that's why I wanted to ask
resources
those
and-
questions of what were your plans as the coach?
Yeah.
No, you can't control every scenario that the player is going to put you in, but as the coach, what is your plan for these players? What was your plans with other players? And do those plans still exist? So, as the coach, you should have a plan.
You have a plan.
And all you really want to do is try to get some understanding of what direction we're going in, especially Division 4, right? They just had Division 5, which is the lowest division. We're playing up against some quality opposition who are on the rise. We're going to be out of season because what I'm hearing is the tournament will be in Malaysia in either February or March. So our season's now coming to an end. That means 6 months of no cricket. What we doing to prepare? What are we? Did we have the season set up right to prepare for Division 4? Those are the questions that need to be answered in the lead up to this, so then when we get to that point, the expectation level is where it needs to be.
Now, Earl, let's be the devil's advocate.
Okay, no problem.
Because I believe that's one side of this equation. But we got to talk about the money side.
Yes. Now,
because that plays a role.
Right. So we need to speak with the board to see what funding has been available
because
by the ICC.
As a coach, I can have all these tours lined up or opposition I would love to play against. Go there for camps, go get some extra training from specialized coaches.
Right.
All these things here that I think we need. I might need to have the team for a month.
Right.
Prior
to
the competition.
Right.
So away from the work, travel around for a month. None of this comes to fruition without funding.
Yeah.
And we've seen how many times we've seen players take off of work. To go for that weekend or that week or 2 weeks. At the last minute.
Well, but that's not being devil's advocate. That's actually pointing out a fact.
Yeah, this happened. It's happened.
But you have to ask different sectors of the board.
So where's funding?
Right.
What position are we in as far as funding is concerned?
But that's a question for the board itself. But the coach has to present a plan. I got to find out if that plan was accepted. And then did the board do their part in finding the funding?
The financing for it.
Yeah. Because you'll have a wish list. I want to go to, hypothetically, Trinidad to do a training camp. But I want 10 days. So now I need to go guys for 2 weeks. Because we're talking traveling, this and that. And then, do we have the funding for that? Do we have the resources for that?
You're talking, realistically, you might be probably talking close to about 3 to 4 months worth of traveling time.
Right.
Might be different trips.
Right.
But accumulation of probably about 3 to 4 months.
And then what you do is you could have a training camp where the guys stay at work camp.
Yeah. And I'm saying this because this happens with all the other teams.
Yes, yeah.
Our boys go up against teams who are together
a lot longer than we are.
For 4 to 5 months traveling.
Yeah.
And so these, I remember the Guyana team they have been together for. So these are the things that the MCC, we saw them in the MCCs. So it's something that is not far fetched, but obviously with the financial constraints that the board has had, depending on who's getting that extra marketing to go outside for the corporate sponsorship, how much BT or even the government of what's being put aside. There's so many other little avenues because it's all going to play into the performance.
Right.
And unfortunately, that's why, it's for a guy's commitment. Who knows? That might even be in also.
Right. Well, we're coming to the end of the season. A lot of disappointing, I wouldn't say results, but it's got to be a little disappointing that teams are not showing up for matches because of scenarios of sorts.
Is this something new?
No.
Okay,
but you would,
And we see this in the other sport too, right?
Oh yeah, in other sports.
Yeah.
But it could be a bit frustrating and disappointing for many because, again, that word commitment.
Well, the problem that I have, and this is just as a fan.
Mm-hmm.
If you want me to come out and support you every week,
Mm-hmm.
regardless if it's 3 or 4 or 5 people, I'm here to support you.
Right.
So please be there.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's to the players.
So, regardless, if next week, then we might have 10 or we might have 20.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't know if I'm going to travel, let's say, if you're a Western club and the game's down the east, and I make my way down the east, because 9 times out of 10, nothing goes out to tell the fans that you knew nobody's playing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've made my day to come. So these are the things that, and you understand why it happens. I don't understand why it's made to happen.
Right.
Because somebody has to take responsibility, but nobody knows outdoors.
Right.
And unfortunately, we see it in all the sports, realistically, whether the season has been really nothing to play for.
Right.
Teams sort of mail it in and let's go on with the next sport. And that's, unfortunately, that's where we're at.
Yeah, and now we're down to a playoff, and then it's the champions of champions.
So this is what I have to say with the playoffs. And I think now some teams will get the message and some teams won't. Playing this game of cricket is not just batting and bowling and fielding. Because they have implemented the point system, it's basically, that's a whole nother game you have to play.
Mm-hmm.
You have to maximize every game.
Mm-hmm.
Rather, it might be a time where, you know what, even though I won a toss, even though I should be fielding, I need to go bat because I need to get some batting points.
Right. Yeah.
It's a lot of different things that you have to do because you have to play the game of points.
Right.
We've seen a team who went undefeated and still didn't win the league because of points.
Yeah. 16 points are available every game. Just getting 10 ain't enough. Because if a team gets 250 runs, a partnership, a run out, these are all bonus points. And if you let them go by the wayside, hey.
It seems like nobody really worries about the points to the end of the year. Oh, how many points are we behind?
Yeah. Where can we get these extra points from?
By the time.
Mathematically, you're out of it.
Obviously, the rainouts and it's becomes throughout the year. But that's the other side of this game we got to concentrate on. And that's why it was implemented, actually.
Right.
To start more of a cerebral thinking.
Right.
To the
get
game.
The captains thinking, get the players thinking, get everyone thinking. How can we maximize the maximum points that we can get? So when you're batting first, the option is to bat out the 50 overs, score 250 runs, don't get a run out. So basically you're 2 to 3 points in the good.
In the bag, right there.
You turn around and you build the team out, it's an extra point. You don't let them bat the 50 overs, point. And you get a run out, point. 16 points with the W. So, if the points are available every game, it's how you want to get them. You see teams losing a game, but they end up with 2 points. They score 250 or they got a run out, and people don't even realize that that 1 point in the end can make a big difference because you can have a bad day.
And I do know there are teams that strategize for these points. So don't act like there's none.
Oh, yeah.
There's teams that do strategize for these points.
Yeah.
But then there's other teams which they're probably rather in position that they are.
We just play.
You just play.
Yeah. We're just playing to play.
So, in saying that, with Cleveland being relegated actually, it's going to be interesting to see how they turn around next year. With the inclusion of 3 players this year, which they thought would have been a great boost. Tamika Wilson, Trady Jr., and also Makai Young. We've pretty disappointed for Cleveland.
Yeah.
I expected a lot more.
It's just, I think they just did not have the direction.
And with Coach Clay Smith had stepped down from, came back to do help around County. But I think you just said it, the direction of it. And they talked about it too. They also talked about it. So it's not like it's a secret.
Right.
But sometimes you might need to go down to recruit. AK St. George's, congratulations, you've come up. But that's what happened to them last year.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, if they do not improve on picking up some players, because when your player coach who really wants to coach has to play
Yeah.
and who's actually performing, had a good season with the bat and ball, you still got problems.
Yeah.
You still have
And
problems.
they would know it. They would know it. It's a lot of teams that, especially the fringe teams. We all know St. David's were powerhouses. Rangers could be, Bailey's Bay, and then the other teams are kind of in the middle. So it depends if you have a good run. Because I always talk about this. Bermudians play sports on emotion. So if things are going good, everything's great. Things are going bad.
Everything is bad.
Oh, yeah.
The world comes in.
Oh yes, it is, and they behave in that manner.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where you want to start off good and keep that run going. I.e., PHC, they were on a run, top of the table.
Yeah.
I don't think they won a game since Scott Matt.
No, it's been hard.
Yeah.
It's been hard.
Yeah.
But I will say one thing that needs to be addressed, and we've talked about, is the start of the season and the end of the season.
Yeah.
Obviously, we just talked about the lack of commitment from teams even showing up at the end of the season. Because we almost get in the mode that season's over.
Right.
After Labor Day, it's football time.
Right.
We've been doing this for a while. We do know the challenges for the beginning of the season.
Right.
Having the fields available. So there has to be more collaboration of getting those fields on par. Rather those fields, the home teams of the football players, they play away to give you a few extra weeks, scheduling wise for BFA, to allow the BCC to start their season early. But that has to change. To start your league off in June, even though they had the 2020
Right.
earlier, it needs to be started in April, and it'll keep, for me, I believe it will keep the interest there, because even after the league in football on FA, everybody's waiting for that next sport.
Right.
We had a law.
Well, earlier you were being devil's advocate, right?
Yes.
So I'll this is my turn.
Okay.
It's the same clubs
Yes.
using the same grounds.
Yes.
So it's not like
Yes.
I'll use St. George's Cricket Club. It's not like St. George's play cricket and Wellington Rovers play football.
Yeah.
St. George's Cricket Club
Play.
play both sports. So the club, stop waiting for the association, tell the association that my field will be ready such and such a time.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? We wait for the association to say, when do you think No. If you really want the sport to be played at its earliest possible time, make your field available.
Yeah, this is something I'm pretty sure these talks go on. But we just have to do a better job.
Yeah.
Because
Both administrations sit down with all the clubs collectively and say, what do you need? Okay, what do you need to end football at middle of March?
Yeah.
Okay, what do we need to start cricket by end of April at the latest?
Yeah.
Okay, in that room you have the minds and the people that can facilitate it. But if you don't have that meeting together, you have a meeting with football, they're saying one thing, you have a meeting with cricket, they're saying something
They
different.
go about that season,
Yeah.
they go about that season, and then whatever collides, they collide, who cares?
Yeah, but what everybody has to understand, they're using the same facilities to facilitate their sport
Yeah.
in their season.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I honestly think both sports are happy just to run it the way they want it.
But you believe so, because it's been run like this for so long.
Yeah, it's a matter of coming together.
Yeah.
Some fields might need a little longer, but at least some fields could be ready at a certain amount of time. I remember St. David's moved their field over, so the cricket pitch is not in the center of the field where it gets a lot of play.
Yeah.
So now the traffic on the wicket isn't as bad, and as the season starts to change, they go, they cut it, they seed it, they do everything. So guys trampling on it is actually helping it.
Yeah.
Whereas, okay, St. George's you can't do that. Somerset, you can't do that. It's dead smack in the middle. But if you start treating it, right? So the minute the last football, you already got the grass growing. You already got it, you could then start rolling it and so forth. It's preparation. Now, the other point is this. People taking care of the grounds.
Well, we saw that we talked about umpires and referees and who are integral part of these games, where there's a lack of participation of volunteers, or they are getting paid, so it's not
Right.
volunteers.
Right.
But groundsmen, there are a lack of groundsmen.
And in my interview with the president of the Bermuda Cricket Board, I asked that question, like, is there a growing concern? Because, I mean, we have 8 grounds for cricket. We've probably just about got 8 guys doing it.
Well, we're here at the National Sports Center, and I remember where they had sent a couple of young men from here. Obviously, of course, to treat the field up here.
Right.
Obviously, once again, finances play a part. When we're talking about young people going to college for agriculture industry,
right,
people that work for eggs and fish, who would be interested,
right,
you know, and you send them. I mean, these are things that I'm pretty sure they're thought about,
right.
But I think action needs to take place, because when you look at some of the groundsmen, some of these guys are up in age, and how long you expect these guys to keep doing a quality job in the midst of summer,
right,
with a lack of resources. You know, so there are challenges, and I hope that every club really tries to get the books in order. And I say that because that's what's going to help for money to come in.
Right.
Corporate sponsorship is not going to really come in until you guys get your books in order.
Right.
So in saying that, we hear teams having trouble buying balls. That is essential for the game.
Right.
No balls and no play.
Yeah.
So these little things that I think that a post-mortem will have to be had, not just for the BCB, not just for the clubs, players, but everybody needs to have these post-mortems, and then get together. Don't wait to April next year to let's start talking cricket.
Right. No, that's what appears to happen.
Wow.
Yeah.
And saying that,
Open up a world of music at your fingertips and access millions of songs from free with D-Music, exclusively from Digicel. With D-Music, you can stream and download songs and create playlists of your favorite artists to fit your lifestyle. Whether you're working out at the gym, getting ready for a Friday night, or just chilling at home, D-Music comes with 1 gig of free data to stream and download songs without it impacting your data usage. That's 32 hours worth of music. Visit us in-store or online to see how you can get D-Music today.
Well, we're still with those same clubs because now we're going to turn to football.
yes.
Second round of Dudley Eve took place. 6 goals on the day in a doubleheader. 4-0 for Robin Hood over Somerset. 2-0 for PHC over Devonshire Cougars. Somerset already eliminated. So on Sunday when North Village play Robin Hood, it's to see who comes first. And the other match will see PHC take on Boulevard. And of course, the Devonshire Cougars will be hoping that PHC could beat them by more than 3 goals, as they lost 2-0 to PHC. But the football has at times been encouraging. The conditions have been extra hot. We've seen the breaks come in, but now we have to start seeing some people really taking it to light. The referees have improved their communication, their ability to handle the games. Everybody's making improvements, so we're just hoping that the players jump on board, and then we can work on the spectators, because believe it or not, it's been some good turnouts.
Well, the problem that we've had for years is just consistency. You'll get those games that are well attended,
right?
But it's just the consistency of it. And I think what you said, once you start getting all those different fractions committed to that game on game day to present an atmosphere that the fans want to come and watch,
right,
then it takes care of itself.
Yeah.
My question, just going back, and we were just talking about the 2 teams that basically made it through because of these conditions, heat conditions, for that game that probably doesn't make much sense to them as far as advancing, because they've already advanced.
Right.
You give a chance for them to look at some other young players that they're trying to push
I wouldn't.
through. You wouldn't?
I wouldn't.
But there's also a chance of it happening.
Yeah, but I wouldn't.
Yeah,
you know what?
You want to keep the chemistry.
Well, that,
is new.
and I'm still working on game fitness.
Yeah.
So you want to give those guys as much chance without a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
To get that match practice. If you take it off, you have to wait another week, and you're into your regular season, because the regular season starts next week.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure that I maximize, and I'm that much further ahead of the teams that haven't played yet when I jump into the season. But by giving guys a rest this early, I think it's pointless.
Now, with the schedule coming up, any dates that or any matchup that really
You when we get to Saturday afternoon, October 12th.
Oh, when is it again?
Saturday afternoon. I believe the date is October 12th.
Okay, so what's gonna happen Saturday, October 12th?
Well, at Malabar, there's a First Division match featuring Island Rangers and St. David's. And at the Somerset Cricket Club, it's the Somerset Trojans taking on the Dendy Town Hornets.
And what time is that game?
3 p.m.
So the Saturday games are usually played at
8
night.
or 9, yeah.
But it's playing
At 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Was there any explanation?
Several reasons. Last night I had the opportunity to interview the chairman of the referees committee for the Bermuda Football Association, Cranston Williams, and that question did come up. But it's one that needed to be explained.
Yeah.
And it's not the only Saturday that's being used, midday or mid-afternoon, but due to referee shortage, due to situations socially.
And you know what, Earl? This is something that's probably been thought about for a while.
Yeah.
And I talked about it earlier. So sometimes it's talking has to stop and action has to take place. Whether it's right or wrong, you're not going to know until you take those actions. Right. So I do want to commend whoever say, let's make this, try it. Let's at least try it. Yeah. Because what's been happening is not working. Right. So at least let's try it.
Let's go away from the norm, try something
different.
Let's
try something different. And let's for our fans, let's go out and support it, because who knows, this might be something that could probably work in our advantage also.
That's right.
So something that I'm very looking forward to see October 12th on a Saturday.
Well, Jay, earlier today, I had the pleasure of going to a press conference for a young footballer who was involved in an accident. Him and one of his best friends.
It was another footballer.
Another footballer, both played for the North Village Rams. Mr. Shaquille Burrows, I believe his name is, was presented a check of $10,000 by Island Construction to continue his journey. He departed earlier tonight, going back to England for a course to do coaching, and he wants to be a trainer. Fitness trainer, and it's a course that he can do, that he's put his hand up and said, you know what, I still want to be around fitness, I still want to be around the game, I still want to be, I got to be me. Let's get the check presentation with the Mr. De Silva and the rest of the Island Construction family.
Good morning, everyone. Shaq, on behalf of Island Construction and all our employees, we'd just like to let you know that between you and Kayla and Yansia, because of the determination that you all have shown, and I think you've touched a lot of people with your grit and determination after your loss, but certainly on behalf of Island Construction and all of our staff, we just want to donate this check for $10,000.
Thank you very much
for your course.
Thank you very much.
I hope that not only will continue to encourage you, but will hopefully encourage some other businesses in Bermuda to help not only with your course, but your friend, who I understand,
the car granddad also was in the accident with me that lost a part of his foot. My real good friend. Hopefully everybody supports him how I'm getting supported, and I'm very grateful for this, for everything, and for all the support from everybody, and it's just real nice to receive everything like that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I understand that you're also going back to school tonight.
Right. I actually leave today, go back England and try to start something, do my coaching, and hopefully progress in personal training and do that as well.
Fantastic. All right. And I also hope that you inspire some of our younger.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Yeah. And I also know that you've been around to a couple of schools as well.
Yeah. Actually, yesterday I had a chance to visit BHS to talk to these students about my experience and how they should just keep moving on and just keep striving for their goals. And yeah, it was real nice. I got some good questions about my legs, some funny ones and some serious ones that I didn't even think they could be asking me. So yeah, that was a good experience.
Oh, that's good. Well, I hope that all goes well for you. I think that like I said, your determination is going to be a great example for our children. And I hope you stick with it. I know you will, because
for sure.
You have that mindset. So we look forward to when you come back here. I hope it's not going to be too long before you're back to visit.
No, I'll be back. Little visit and another thank you from everybody.
Okay, all right. Well, hopefully other businesses will jump on board. Right. I understand that. I think how far are we away from our goal of 50,000 we're trying to raise, right?
Yeah, just over half. Yeah, just over half.
So we're just over half.
Yeah.
So let's hope that other businesses in Bermuda will come to the fore, not only for you but your buddy.
Right, exactly.
Right. But I understand the girls have some plans to raise money for him as well.
Yes.
And we'll be participating in that cause also. Okay? So thank you girls for doing what you're doing. And I hope it encourages others. And I'd like to say thank you to you girls for the work that you've been doing to help your friend. Okay?
Thank you very much.
Okay?
Well, Jay, after that presentation, I got a chance to pull him aside and worked on his coaching skills, because he watched North Village play Somerset just over a week ago at BAA Field. So I asked him about what he would do if he really coached North Village, looking at the game against Somerset, and this was his reply. Well, Shaq, you had a chance to see North Village play. How impressive were they that first game?
The first game I actually see him play, I actually went down to see one of my good friends, Tamai. Seeing them play was pretty impressive. They played well together. The link up was there, and it was actually a good outcome at the end. The 4-0 that I saw. Good goals, and Somerset's not a weak team, so it was actually a good game.
Now, you say you want to get into coaching. What would be some of the things early in the season that you would look for to help correct some of the early mistakes North Village were making?
First of all, work on the fitness. Just a bit of fitness, so the link-ups there. Because everybody knows once you got fitness, your brain works and everything else, so your decision making is much better. I can't really say what else I really work on, but probably passing and moving a bit faster. So the ball just, springs around the pitch a bit faster, and it looks a bit more, looks much better.
All right, well, good luck. Congratulations. And we look forward to when you come back and see how you're making out.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for everything.
Open up a world of music at your fingertips and access millions of songs from free with D-Music, exclusively from Digicel. With D-Music, you can stream and download songs and create playlists of your favorite artists to fit your lifestyle. Whether you're working out at the gym, getting ready for a Friday night, or just chilling at home, D-Music comes with 1 gig of free data to stream and download songs without it impacting your data usage. That's 32 hours worth of music. Visit us in-store or online to see how you can get D-Music today.
You know what, Earl? It doesn't surprise me one bit he said that.
Yeah.
Knowing that the blood that runs through his body is from his father, who has the exact same mentality when he was playing football. Fitness was one of his, that's what made his father the player that he was. So to see him with this type of energy and dedication to fitness, it's no surprise.
No, not at all.
Chip off the oil block, as
Yeah,
they say.
yeah. Well, Jay, I think that's a perfect way to end today's Digicel Sports Show. And folks, yes, I didn't get cramp. I didn't get, I could still walk. I'm still all right. No cramp. I don't care what he says. No cramp. No evidence. No evidence. Well, from me, Earl Bearson, and Juggling Jay, do have a good night from the Digicel Sports Show.